Okay, 저로 변해 내전에 거네 좀 해오네. 고선도 영어도 제도서. Good morning, everyone. 나, 저 기생 시내 봐 시내. 다 지난주 망고시 곰. 다 시내 망고시직 토요일이라. 대단히 디인디 아니 다 시내 스나를 곰 스나 뿌다고 잡 직자야 돼. 다 나는 상물로 되고 요래스로
Yeah.
제단데 가서 다래데 다저 시내 콜야다 계제시에 아니 시내기 다 시내 마음 콘래야 주 가르고 이메디 다들 단다 어디 시기 요래스로.
So, in terms of cultivating meditation practice or shamatha, you've probably heard a lot about it. Cultivating shamatha, single pointed concentration. So, whether we call it shamatha or meditation, it's important that we have quality meditation. We all want that. So, today I thought to say about the causes and conditions we need to gather to make that meditation quality.
다 당보 내디 기승지 시에서다 내로.
No.
아니 내세야 돼. 가서 그래. 계제슈데 직직 하고 있으면 뭐다. 아니지. 근데 욕도 담에요.
Yep.
아니 좋아. 저 곰자들이 좋아 거라 갈라서야 거라.
Yeah.
갈라도 저지 세대고 라데고
Yeah.
강에메와. 아니 사자 가셔야나 나자진데 사자 가셔야 되나 나자리가도 지금 사자 라버든데이나 tumbu나자 돼야. 사자마 공동된데이나 다 등산잖아. 디프레션이 지라도 하셈 부수도 차야. 어딘데 망고 용고요. 사자라 되네로. 제가 내들라 계주 망고식 상고요. 레스로.
First, one needs to pay attention to the place where one meditates should be quiet, free of any type of trouble or dispute. And you should be able to obtain the food to sustain your meditation easily. Also, there are some places that are conducive to disease, various types of contagious disease, or there's a certain feeling of vibration there of depression. It should be free from that.
디나네다 촉시 세들와. 네, 촉시 세. 다디 제가 신의 지고를 말해당 알아서 초어 날에.
Yeah.
되와 총와 촉시와. 그래서 요나 아니 강에 알아서 단다 지 처나게 강에 망고 쉬어지. 되와 치외 온 용도 알아. 되와 치다네. 네, 강에 온데게 제가 촉시와 세야지. 아니 개천부착이 요래서.
The second point is to be content. Okay, in the context of cultivating shamatha, that's one thing. But even in the general context of this life, if we have less desires, we will be content. A lot of our problems in this life come because we have too much desire.
다드네 두중 촉시지. 근데 dunzi yonsa chawa mangbo dunzi yonsa pangwa sarwa dunzi
Yeah.
sidi ta ji gomja la ta thangbo khagal deya le pe kaku darwa ma lele je deya le kala kaku yore.
Yeah. The next point is to give up all types of entertainments or distracting works. What is the point of meditation is to relax into your mind. That's not easy.
저런저 때배 야구래 대 도난체 공부 도난체 내가 용체 딱 미카셰니 곰 잡라데 두줄 털라다 제가 대대 쪽도 대다 가져 두줄 털라래서
Yeah.
디네 망부도 하미
It is good that you are showing interest in meditation practice, showing a kind of interest. There are some who, that is so good. There are some who say, oh, why would you want to meditate? To just stay quiet? What's the point of that? A waste of time. Some people would say.
And then also some people say, this is too hard for me. What I do, I can't do that, And this is new learning. Similarly, before we never drinking coffee before, 30, 40, 50 years. For example, for me, 15 years before I not drinking coffee, Now everyone drinking coffee, chocolate. Before we don't have chocolate, we don't have coffee, Now looks coffee, most people drinking every morning, just that making time, stay busy for job. 5 minutes or 2 minutes found a coffee shop, found some coffee, you put effort. Similar meditation put 10, 15 minutes every day. 그래서 그 지투고 말해서라. 지투고 말했어야 돼. 대단히 많이 바라시래서. 그래서 나라서 내가 비즈 같으이나 고비 통해 두저든 것도 알아.
To have the type of attitude that you can't do it is not valid, because however busy you are, you always find time to get your coffee.
디나 단다 곰자야 될라 오네잖아 딜레야가요. 스페셜 때 말이야.
But meditating is better than getting coffee because you don't have to pay for it.
제가 곰 가시 곰자다 가시거라. 곰자 가서 저저 내네 던다면 되서라.
So again, some people say, "Oh, why meditate? Gather together and stay quiet. What a waste of time."
You call they have blanket. You blanket behind the blanket. Yeah. Keep warm. 제가 곰 당보다래 조조지대래 깔래요래로.
Yeah.
마 곰 당보 조조대 빼 깔래 누스 대줘라.
Yeah.
파니고 누스 조조대 빼미시 갈래 가고. 빼 갈래 가고요. 나 바와 가디나 저 자르장에 증마 차셔서. 증마 열어. 그 증마 차. 야면은 파니에 돼. 야면은 수니에 돼라. 먼저 배워도 칼라스도 조조 되어라. 나 춘 대토마. 조조 춘 대도. 내가 빈자 아구지어라.
Yeah.
추를 타오라.
Yeah.
니만 인제인데 조조 되기도. 괜찮디 컨텐츠 대토가 있는 상아 쉬 딱이라. 또 니기나 족바로 싱도 쓰기는 진짜 갈라 아그디 잡롤 진짜 쉬 딱이에요. 그래서 이제 조조 돼야 돼. 레라미도 검시 차고 달아.
Even meditating at first, just to keep a good posture and be still, is not easy. When I first began to meditate or have interest in it, I couldn't even sit still. I was all over the place. Just being able to sit still with the body, I would move here and there. And my father would always say to me, "You're not straight. What are you doing? You're going to the left, going to the right," like poking my ribs. But, I was always like a mover, a mover. But then I had one uncle who was a monk, and his posture was so good. He could sit so straight and still. And I thought, how's he doing that? Maybe he's supported by some special, maybe he's supported by some special wood or something.
Now I'm stay for 4, 5, 6 hours, no problem. Like that, no problem. It's just this learning takes time. That's a good data, no? That correct. That seems wrong. That seems juru, yeah.
So now, once you've got the posture physically right, you have to work with your mind. Change mind.
That means you mind go out of way, you know. Overwhelming.
Overwhelming,
Uh, past and I did meditation retreat alone at monastery. This 1 week. We had summer break and 1 week. And I decision now to do some meditation along myself. And then I went to my teacher and some it was just reciting 100,000 mantra, mixima. And then he give a little bit of advice, 4 sessions, and this, and this. He's very strict, and I keep being very strict. And then come. Mind is so overwhelming, go out of the way, I'm very little bit panic,
Yeah.
little bit of panic. I had panic. I need to go out. And body is there, and mind is jumping everywhere. I need reciting mantra. Sometimes I reciting mantra, totally wrong mantra. What's come to this mantra? Now I can go back. Sometimes they have 2,000 mantra. I reciting this long mantra, and this mixemas is very long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Long. And then I said, oh man, what is that? Oh no, I'm not reciting. Oh man, I need to go back. And there's rules of no counting. Then you're lost all counting. Now you need to go back. Oh, this is very, very interesting. Return. Yeah. This and that's similar. The similar thing. The mancha the 가르치는 것은 먼저 demo 따야 and then they share conference in the share toyoro.
Yeah.
And the share toya demo movie 따야. The jury does that similar learning 더라. 그래서 league 그래서 랑저 바자 쉬우샤인서라. 그래서 배대 쉬우직 템포 배 천주 간다 다된저 데모도 similar 샤한 거더라.
Yeah.
아니 상상라 미팅데 파스 저거 쇼바로 같은데로 저거
Yeah.
쇼바던데.
Yeah.
아니 두즈 상황에 similar learning 거다. 배 디코라 직 레용데 티니나. 아니 곰벨라로 거다 배로. 곰벨 토로.
What normally happens when we attempt to do the meditations, well, we remember the movies we've seen or the music is going on, and we tend to have very strong kind of imprints from those things, something we saw when we were young, or a disagreement that we had way back, that tends to come into mind when you're trying to meditate. And what happens is you lose your focal object and your mind scatters.
다들 봐 가야를 배전체. 천가도 말.
And no matter how much you try to stop that scattered mind, you push, it just gets worse and worse.
First retreat and I closed the window, put blanket, the 2 window, put blanket. I thought some benefit, and turn on the light. I try, but more walls they're coming. The window strange coming your mind. 제가 때문에 그래서 독자쇼다라. 제가 둔지 방사 데려다 내지. 때문에 당연히 되게 excitement 해야 되는데 망보지 용어로.
디키엔로.
디 베스트는 바자 두고 쉬우셔라. 아니 검자도 딜레인 거다. 딜상 레인 거다. 간다.
Yeah. So this point about giving up entertainments, these movies that we watch, they're like a source of distraction for us, and it makes the mind excited, and we have very strong imprints of that. latencies on our mind.
다 이내 디 고마도 자비온데 아니 고 칼레 냠뇨로 올레네 봐 냠뇨로 올레네 아니 지 가서 그래 셈나 남도다 뭐 샤야 돼 마가버치 샤야로다 파카나 가투문더라 고삼 셈 신다가나 파도샤데 고 예루더라
But,
답시 딘데요
but as we gain experience with meditation, we go deeper, then the mind has all kinds of appearances coming up. And no matter how much we try, we can't stop those appearances. But we have to have a method so that those appearances dissolve of their own accord.
세상다 디인도 아니 스테네 음발라 도스디 아니 먼저 먼저 녀모 봐야죠 봐 녀모 봐야 될라 대전이요래 찍데 녀모된제 동련신에 가도 매우서야 지금 지 컨도다 잘시다 아니 근데 심나 남도 레면도 코라 가도 코라 파 매우서야
Yes.
답시 찍이요 될라 녀모된 봐서 응원이 된 봐서요
Yes.
대전 찍들이다 반단 찍으러
Yes. So in terms of staying in a quiet place, we have to we have these disturbing emotions, we have these invalid thoughts, and there are two methods to reduce emotions which are not valid. One is to be able to bear them and apply an antidote. For example, to the anger and jealousy, we have to have an antidote.
단 이워도 가르스나 유들 마태워셔야 돼. 유밤에 유진 밤서야 된다. 디 당한저 지도고래. 디 탑시 찍래. 디 탑시 찍래. 디 오도 오네.
Yeah. The second is that because you're in the place, you don't have the object. So that's the second method. Because you're in the isolated place, you don't have the object.
베나 저런저 디창 알코올이 연어로 봐.
Yeah.
근데 창통사다 창통이 그 초보도 스님들 내가 만들어내 봐. 창고랑 마녀베체 창고랑 창매서 창마둥이 지도되지 나는 봐. 도샤비나. 스스 창미세 제 말 알아 제 말. 그 란식 체도 그래. 어디나시래도.
It is like, for example, you might drink alcohol, but if you're in a place where there's no alcohol and your friends who you normally drink with aren't there, just by nature, you won't drink it. It is like that.
디인디 당한서 지 소셜 미디어 당 때문다마다 신화서보던데 따야 돼서. 근데 쌤나 바자 투부 쉬우셔야기도 하시나. 그들이도 다 용서 최고고요.
Yeah. So the social media content, the movies, the kind of scary movies we watch, these leave an imprint on your mind, and these should be lessened, these distractions.
그래서 하버드 부구춘주 때문에 나서 따면도 부구춘주 때문에 나서 따 건다니 구문도
Particularly for kids, they shouldn't watch horror movies because if they do at night, they won't be able to sleep.
I have one cousin in India, Simla. She has two daughters. And one time she called me. Anytime she has big problem, she called me. She's okay, she forgot me. Anytime she has problem, she called me. And I also, what is your problem? And she said, uncle, my two daughters, they never ever sleeping. They lost. Her was suffering, cry, whatever. What do you do today? Nothing much. I think you watched some movie. She said, yeah, we watched a very scary movie. Yes, of course. They watched it. She didn't mind coming this. 제가 나는 미 gemble 했는데도 알아. 미 gemble 때문에 다들 로로로 근데 심난 되기도 알아. 쉬워 되기도. tempo 쉬워 되기도 하자라.
And also as people get older, for year in, year out, they have watched TV, they have watched those movies. And what happens is the imprints on the mind from doing so, they thicken, get deep.
때문에 야구던데 따오라. 때문에.
So if you're going to watch movies, watch good ones.
매도로 샤야 추도던데 주게 녀녀들.
Flowers, birds singing, waterfalls, you know.
네 때문에 제도 맞아야 돼요. 오면도 뭐지? 때문에 당고도 베닝저도 사다 가서 아바타서 가서 된다. 지도 하던다.
Oh yeah.
어디
Avatar.
어디 주다 미드서 거기 베닝저 제일 맞아야도 돼. 오면도.
So the movie Avatar. Now, there was a bit of war in that, but at the beginning it was so beautiful because there were flowers and nice places. But then it got all funny with the fighting.
Pure mind is calm, peace, and then there's flower coming. Pure mind is horrible, then there are lots of horrible animal coming. You know, this is a very nice example for especially children. You know, and sometimes it's very very hard to understand our mind and our mind is peace and outside become peace. Our mind is not really peace inside and outside not really peace. All the time talking, explain. Very hard to believe. Sometimes watching something like that, and you take your experience, you know, same same coffee, and one time your mind is so peace. Or coffee makes us mind peace. Coffee is so delicious, and sometimes your mind is not really happy. Or coffee makes us not really attention. Coffee is terrible. Same. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
This shit same down pe chilo de doyo di. Se shoda wrong.
It is clear then that there's a connection between the mind and the external object.
Di ni 세상 단다디 공기 자원망부 dunzi 빵세야 디. 아니 다 뒤지고 말해. 네 내가 차시망부 거는로. 차시망부 거비나. 다 비지차 yin barba. 로.
Yep.
대체고.
Yeah. So there is that when we endeavor to meditate, we should stop meaningless entertainments, but also stop all of this planning. Oh, I have to do this job, you know, all of that.
다단다 디 드링 아니 데발라스베 다 자원은 든지 빵와다 데발라스베 남도 연습 바벨 당한도 탄다 우중 공개하셔 우중 공개하셔 다 다른 든다데 믹스에게 다 준중나라 베메세 랍자 다 야고다 잔자래 아니지 가서 남도 용약 유진데 가려 연구하래서 나가서 다다 신세 여와 망고 체제 여와 체네 아니 셈마 지고 싶지 용되게 그래서 와 셈 파자 쇼청제 나델라 거기도 나델라 거기도 딩에 랍도와이 딩에 랍도와메 여와 체 망고 체제 안 대왕게 가서 셈나라다 강에 용제 셈마 마시고 싶지 용되게 그래서 지난 대 방향에 탐람들라 다 다시 냠바 공부했어 다시 냠바 공부했어 그래서 것도 알아.
So today, looking at trying to lessen those distractions of entertainments. And the second one is to try and reduce our thoughts because we have lots of desire. And if we look into the cause of our conceptual thoughts, our discursive thoughts, we'll see it is because we are constantly making a distinction between self and other, you know, me and them. And then because of that, the imprints or the tendencies, the habituations to do that create lots of thoughts, you know, constantly going, I like this, I don't like that, you know, that type of discriminating mind. But the method to reduce that is mentioned in the text by Shantideva in the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life. And the mind gets into difficulties because it's constantly going self, other, like, don't like. all of the thoughts come from that. But there is a method of equalizing and exchanging self for others, which reduces such strong I fixation. Yes.
그래다 말한서 게르게 디두에 되는 거를 다 야채설라 담배이네 말한서 잠블링 로규당 대외 로규나가 마젠 당보 마젠 니와 정으로 저도 상마 배다 수수 제갑들 차 신대갑들 단 정으로 다 단다이네야 잠블링 마 자단 자신바 요로 요단 요신바 저도 상마 배 여와체베 온게 여와체베 인상 가즈 연제에 딩한서 먼저 트러블인스 먼저 제갑들 트러블인스 먼저 배드 먼저 약쇼 고고 요새 딜레데네 다 뇨그라데 용데기도 채워데 미기 통고도 안 들어
야
다 중사 컴퍼니 나라래로 컴퍼니 핀질레 컴피티션 뇨그라도 다 되네 나 수수 낭밀러 낭미나라 그래서 나는 얘기 에리아데 약쇼 인스로 데데 뇨그라시 용거다 근데 약쇼 멤버제 아니 다워인이라나 뇨그라시라 총여러 찍버려 가지고 아니 나 야가다 저런 누구 말해 상상랑 아야가 상상랑 누가 지상 아니 50-50로 저래 랍샤비나
this 중어
낭미직라나 아니 근데 마 찬양 뭐 차도더라 지상 네 탑랑야 오십제래더라
Yeah. So then this notion of equalizing and exchanging self for others, you can even look at it not in the immediate sense, but the problems in the world between countries. If we look at it historically, the First and Second World Wars, and even today, the fighting in the world, it comes from this notion of borders. Like my country, our country is the best. We are the most powerful, making these distinctions. And that's how it works on a great level. But then it even works on the level of business and company. When you have a business and you think, oh, you compete with other companies because you say, oh, our company is best. And then it can also be at the level of the family. When someone says, oh, in the family, oh, my idea is best, in the family. But actually, if you had the attitude, oh, sometimes my ideas are good, sometimes your ideas are good, we are like 50-50, that would be a great way to engender kind of equanimity in the family, equality. No. It's a great training. No.
단다데 준준나라 된데송다 다단 신의 냠바니 당분이디 배되고 대단 등의 냠바나 탐제다시 송하셨어 다단신 마 얘기 통화 마라 아니 대화도 동의 고베 치디 배전 숙심부 시치기 여러 와서
야
대난신 라는 신배 도선지 탐제 지부지 야래셨다 그러
Shantideva states in the Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, just as I want to be happy and do not wish to suffer, it is just the same for each and other living being. They also want to be happy and do not want to suffer. What a wonderful thing to say.
다 되네마 단도 띵사로 데스트로이나 아니 예 마랑기 대화도비하다 동에 세야기 체드 배전 시부지 수수 숭구여러 봐. 수수 숭겹치기여러 봐서.
Yeah.
수수 숭겹 제와 대나시 아니 가서 신라의 대나시 숭겹치고 그랬다.
So let's take that a bit deeper. You are wanting your own bliss and well-being and to be free from suffering. So you make effort to protect that, yeah? So that you have well-being and you don't suffer. Even more so, how much you should protect others' welfare and lack of suffering.
다 먼저 당보 수수 숭겹치 두고요 말아 당보다.
But where we are, we can't even protect ourselves. We cannot.
다 제가 수수 숭겹치 지열라다 아니 수수지 류라다고 야고자야 와. 류라다고 야고자 류가게 줄람 칼라도즈 야고서 류라지 트레덴치야레 칼라도즈 아니 니다다 쿠야레 덴데치야 류다고 야고 계셔버리더라야.
So just on the first level, we have to take care of our physicality, our body. We have to take care of what we say. We have to take care of what we eat, our health, our sleep. Just that level.
다들 심 다보자다. 다들 칼렉하고도 심 다보자야 되로.
Next comes protecting mind. This is not easy to do.
심디 가서 그걸 주루더라.
Yeah,
아니 디 심디 다면더 테 아니 남도 테 아니 단다디 지 스트레스야로 다 anxiety야로 다 패닉야로 두 상황 심기 된자래 심기 강이 된자래 두 상황으로
so that's because the mind is always dispersed and scattered. The mind always recalls all kinds of conceptual thought. The mind has stress. The mind has anxiety. The mind has panic. These are all mind created.
다 디제디 마 솨바시야 탐나야슈 다 곰자래로
Now, in order to pacify such states of mind, the best method is to meditate.
상수 곰자인데
So now it's time to sit together to meditate.
다다 뭐 저런서 수보디 지름디 아니 개버디 주데 스롱보데 아니 고론 제베 내가 믹 좀 샤는 데래 믹데 좀 샤는 레타래
So everybody paying attention to posture. And as we motivate initially, it's good to gently close the eyes.
다 니마 드리네 시행하는 게 아니 지 삼바 상바지 그 토네 가져 툭툭지 수준 낭미 족보 레갈레사 고유 통바 그 상관을 가져 툭툭지 아니 로봇이 변도치 되듯이 지기 다 대치마도 위네 펜마도 위는 거 밀은 너무 지금에 선배 어디 그노야 오시라.
So cultivate the intention that today one will do one's best to have a warm heart, the best you can with your family, colleagues, environment, and neighborhood. Help, if you can, others. At least do not harm them. So have that motivation.
왜 다 드니 니지 내주 야가 도가 가래 정보에 있는 셈버상보디 아니 르 담자디 마게와 치기 가도 있는 셈버상보디 냐도 치기 섬제 켈렌로
So now, today, whatever comes up, be it good or bad, one will not give up that warm-hearted approach. So making that resolve.
아예 다 가오금 나랑 줄을 텐데기 셈바스 누가 뭐든지 예 텐체니 가오금스라.
Now one can rejoice, one's mind has that potency of kind heart. Rejoice in that.
아예 당은 우중 공장인데라. 한다디 심나라 공장디 심나라 다 매더선 남도 심나 샤용고도 어디 샤용디니 디 바가야라 베진치고 말해. 근데 우중우선제 네 수수 우 당기어디 셰버체 파 당기어디 셰버체 당부대 우릉부 주 당로 파당 셰버체 디 스테이지 아스라.
So now we will do breathing meditation because all kinds of thoughts appear in the mind. One should not push to stop thoughts, just being aware or recognizing long inhalation, long exhalation, that is enough.
다 uktu 태운디 수분을 찾아 uk수리 아니 우파 당들 아니 수분 난 지금 대비해서 스트레스 오래 맞이버서라 또 상마봐 강에 가래요가 상마봐 퇴연소 된지 아니 디 검대에서 잡시 아스라.
Now, as one breathes in, one can feel the wind, the air pervading the body. And as you exhale, any type of stress or difficulties, the sense of being tight is dispelled.
이제 uktu 태운디 아니 언저디 내디 내 겨와진 선산 진럽세디 요래와 이 학과된 거죠. 이날라 teaching 망고 쇼 스테어는 되게 아니 dag labdi 데데 여러 아니 다 가서 그래 랍 야거든데 데데 여러 디게 this is 나구나 줄레바 삼견 수부 상업에 표시시 수부 대워 단다 수부야 담된도로 지 수부 상업 마지버 담된죠 마대워 이제 상마바 시제 수부배 대워 탕보 차서 된데 시콤데스 자샤스.
Again, when we breathe in, this place we are in has the blessings. Many teachings have occurred here, the sound of which have waves which still remain positive energy when you breathe in through the nostrils. Any notion of the body being tight or ill at ease is pacified when the body is relaxed.
다야 우수天的这个 진럽 누가 용을 때네 아니 수수 심 나게 남다 마지바 톡바 남도 너다도 창마파 세 달하고도 가시라 아니 등산다 망보질 스트레스 시비 연대거든 아니 anxiety다 스트레스다 가시라다 depression스도 다 샘이 나자봐 어두즈 상황 안에 봐 되는지 이게 샘디에다 배 탕보 배 내가 지듬니 선바 배야고 차서 된거래서
This time when you breathe in due to those blessings, it is the mind that becomes free of worry and discursive thought. Any type of stress is pacified. Depression, which is a mental sickness, is removed. And the mind becomes clear and lucid and serviceable.
네, 쌤 시와 쌤 대화 대강라 아니 쌤 다다와 대강라 대 가가라 하고와 제 대셔스라
That mental peace and bliss that you recognize, place the mind single-pointedly there.
쌤 나라 다 먼저 태용도 어디서 파 가야게 배전치고 콜라 도난치 이어 말했어 다양자 욱대 통화지 단지 셰버진다 오른 욱 통화지 주당 파다 셰버시 욱대 통화 요거지 단지 아니 이 셰베스나 아니 가서 다 미야 당제 좀 당가자고다 그냥 디나는 같이 싸워 가셔도
Yeah.
싸워도 지니 좀 이 숨je고 숨nhập 양 참대 심시와대 샤 양 심난다 뭐 대용으로 양양자 우중을 네 이 심난다면 대야의 까두면은 우드 데스 격당으로 우드스 격당 장가도 데스 격당 지기 숨지기 장가도 격당 이거대 nga 양데 nga 좀 정화 차도로 nga 숨는 그네야 심 다다와대 간 틀려 양 심나다 뭐 대용도 야 근데 장가 dünya 근데 당보디 전화도 사바도 된대죠. 다들 전화서 가시 쪽도 연진된데도
Yeah.
그래서 직내 배트 뉴시자지서 야직겨. 뉴시자지에서는 마 뉴시자지서
Mm-hmm.
안테네야 잡도는 등업주 숨주 십주 가져야 잡도도 야접. 야 마접. 어딘데 시도이나 야고야 레스탕서 디 곰딜라 니 믹준지요 말레스 믹당고레스와
So now we are going to do the breathing meditation. So first point is to recognize the breath, and this time make the breaths a little quicker, because as you meditate you will find all kinds of discursive thought, mental chatter. Don't try and stop it, don't pay it heed, but train in counting the breath. So when we count the breath, first we make the breaths shorter, faster, to stop the thoughts. And those that are new, just do 3 cycles of 3. So now I'm breathing in, now I'm breathing out. That's 1 cycle. You do that 3 times. And you do 3 of those 3 cycles, making 9. After those 9 rounds, you gently rest in the moment and see if the mind has peace. If there are still thoughts, again, using the quicker breaths, you go from 1 to 5. So that's 5 cycles of inhalations and exhalations, and you do that 3 times, making 15. Yet still, if the mind is discursive, mental chatter, and you can't be in the present moment, then you count up to 7 cycles and do that 3 times, making 21 in all. Now, for those of you that have done this counting the breath before, you can go straight, counting from 1 up to 21 rounds, inhalation, exhalation, and then back down to 1. Or if you prefer, 40, 50, whatever. Now for this, you don't close your eyes, but you gently focus the eyes on the bridge of the nose. The point is, when there's a lot of mental thought, discursive thought, make the breath a little bit quicker.
yeah, that. That channel Kom ya would do than Nanga.
Everyone was meditating very well, no worries there.
Relax to other gom jamna, that's gom jares, sembas relax area.
You know, when you meditate, you relax your own mind.
Sim the hello, you know, and it's the world hello chai, what? Sibu tango, sim tango, you know, Sibu tango, you know. Sibu tango, you know, sim tang pa 수숙 차요래. 심 tango요나 수부의 펜도차. 수부 tango요나야 심 tango면은 몇이라 펜도고 말아. 심디 배 tango야고요나 수부 tango시라 매위니야. 저 펜도 차요래. 심 누가 차도 와간다.
Yeah. So if the mind is relaxed and clear, then the body will feel that, will result in the benefit. But if the body is healthy, but the mind is not so clear and relaxed, not so much benefit between the two, mind and body, having a clear mind is more powerful.
Sometimes I have back pain, and I'm checking sometimes food different, sometimes mind has some thinking too much and back pain, and less thinking and back pain gone. And most people have walking too long and thinking too much, and your shoulders. They know lots of people have experienced body. They know which muscles making stress, making your muscles more tight, right?
Yep.
And nowadays people try to lose yoga, exercise, massage, those things, but mentally not thinking. Mental exercise not doesn't work. 님돌이 연애하고 숭리신으로 류레 류제체 심게 류제윤 또 곰자의 류제라래.
The two should be in union, exercise for the body and exercise for the mind. Meditation is exercise for the mind.
제가다 다리 둔다데 닝아노도 계지슈디 인지 저망부 둔지 연습 방와라 연데 아니 지 인데 데모시나 차고당 근데 시라시라 마다나 야고 요래 들어와 데모 따기네 데모 잠보로
The homework for this week is to perhaps have less entertainment. If you do watch movies, less horrors and thrillers and more soft ones.
And the 데모 따위 내가들라 심기 쉬워지게 더 나대기야 말이라.
And when you watch movies, don't let the mind sink completely into the movie.
But when it entertainment 알아. 그러나데 즉 자동기 등게
So think of it as an entertainment and look outside and have a cup of tea as you watch.
네, 당부다도 텐션 시라마데나 심나라 투부되고 말아.
Yeah, because you know, if you can do it in a relaxed way without tension, the mind doesn't feel thick or heavy.
And 라와데 다처럼서 가시라 수수기다 팅상 예 홀릭 마우셔도 알아. 알코올릭 오고홀릭
Addictions gift.
addiction 와.
Yeah.
아니
Lots of holics.
Holics yora, holic de ogo holic yore, cashe talk holic, talking too much. And some people have shopaholic, you know. Do you know shopaholic? Yeah.
What about online holic?
Online holic. But then ping, your bank balance go down. Then start argue. Just nowadays it's easy to lose your money. If you want something money back, so hard. They give you lots of questions. What is your birthday? Who's your nickname? Where's your born place? So many questions. You want to bring some money. You want to send money? Okay, go on. Just one. Okay, go on. Be careful. Just some people have talkaholic. uh, talking too much. Alcoholics very danger. You are working very hard. I have lost friend. I thought you need meditation, relax. No, no, no. I have good opportunity making money. Okay, and nothing control. Just just leave them. And then working very hard, they bought 2, 3, 4 house. Finally, they damage their body. Then all spend money there. What point? And then try to fix. And then argue SEC. Yeah, so many blah 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 blah. And mental not really happy. Today you have money loss. And I have some millionaire, billionaire people. They said, today we are not happy. Uh, I'm not really happy person. I'm a little bit happy person, happy manga. And so, uh, you're lost laughing. We don't have laughing. We have lost million. I saw money manipulator, money taking your energy. Money taking your laughing, smiling, all this. Your energy is all gone there. 세상 balance 거 education 뭐 그러더라. We need balance. We need balance. Yeah. Of course, you need money. Not like me. If you don't want the money, you become serious, become monk, go to monastery. Then don't worry money. If you're a woman, you can go nunnery. I can give you address. Okay. Don't worry. Just go there. Don't worry money. They give you food, clothes, house, and what point? Monastery. If you want to become monk, go to monastery. Very simple life. Mm. But you are not like that. Therefore, you need a little bit of money, need balance. 나디 둔다디 디체 애늘 하워드 카시 차라 동야 강에 유니던데 맞지기 데 도자도 근데 랍지오 말아 수수 addiction change어져라데 그 신다든데 유여져라 지 참에서든데 빠디든데 아니 초보 참마동이든데 빼샤고랑에 찬데 진짜 정말 찍버와 아니 쇼부 홀레이나 아니 온라인데 와이파이 가시는 디그리 샤 폼 다다데 파까 와이파이 데 파까야나 아니 온라인 쇼핑 사자래로 아니 다메 마르켈 도제 셀드 통 니도나 아니 마르켈 시라만도 리가나야 도자네 뉴질랜드 리도자 마우다라 리가네야 도자나 고 통야스게 야마라 심지 데 셀드 뇨고다라 제가 그 유제방사야 됐대 전화도 디체다 가서 practice 제다 렐하고여데 그 펜도 전부 열어 아주 kumshidi yugodan la tapshida man share
For those that have difficulties with, for example, alcohol, then to kind of go to a place where there is none or not associate with those that drink it. But also don't push people to give up something. And if you have problem with shopping, then you can switch off the Wi-Fi. If you have problem with shopping online. And if you're always a person that likes to go to sales at the market, then instead of that, New Zealand has lots of lovely places. Go into the mountains like that. Because as we mentioned earlier, sometimes to give up the object, you have to change the place. Yu chimpang. So then, because the practice, you have to make There have to be methods by which you practice and change your habit.
디
Many methods.
달리 둔다데 디체 다 중나 디 간라 당 먼저 셈나래야 다 강에서니 도슈지 먼저 망보 미망보 지게 대베네지 망보 지 셈나라 마 템제 셈나라 마지오서 거라
Yeah. So that's for this week. And then over and above that, there are people who experience so many mental difficulties because they're always bringing up the past.
지나 대베네지 대버라 문에지나 봐 차차로 봐다 문에지나
But in reality, past is past. It is gone.
아니 대사바데 다 양자양자 상금다는 영화에 다 대바딜라데는 거 롭존이야 여러분 롭존이야 여러분
And the past is gone to the extent that one can't bring it back. But what we can do with reference to the past is learn from it.
디메시지게 다 야네 상당 말해서
So to learn from it through experience is one thing, but to keep bringing it up, the past.
I met a lot of people here, and yesterday, their childhood, family relationship problems. Now there's lots of domestic violence, and then they have school have some bullying situations, lots going on in your life, Some people not easy, but very hard situation, but already gone, Where you thinking again. Right.
Zinyadi.
Kaduina Peshagora. All the time I give you example. This is very, very good example. This cup is holding 1 second. It's nothing, nothing. And you holding 1 hour, then your pen here. 1 week, your shoulder pen. And 1 year, your half body pen, 30 years, a whole body pen. Just one cup, This is your first life experience, holding. Just leave there. Then body relax. Mind relax, Just go there, make this is very, you can try example, symbol example, and then your mind, oh, this is right, Then decision. Otherwise, your mind stuck there, You're stuck there. Very hard to go back, And we have lots of good things. If you want to go to hoarding like that, you can hoard positive set, Where we all the time hoarding negative? Why? We have lots positive, parent relationship, school had lots, no one bullying school. We learn lots of school, We have sometimes we have nice teacher, sometimes we have nice classmate. We have lots of fun, You bring this, you bring more, maybe positive bring, Most people bring all the time negative, on and on, your stuff. What point? Just leave there, And also some people say, I don't like this, then therefore this is terrible, I hate this, I don't want this meet people, I don't want dealing this people person. Stay you're holding. For example, if you don't like this cow, just leave there. You can read this book, You never thinking cow. You say, I don't like this cow. This red color. You're holding. Go different direction, direction. This is very, very important. The analytical meditation.
That is a type of meditation. That is analytical meditation. Yeah, really, if you want to remove problems from the mind, there has to be analytical meditation. You can't do it just by single-pointed concentration. So this week's homework is to be content and to watch less negative movies.
And there's my car.
And try to stop the shopping and the excessive work.
Sometimes, I went last week, Richmond Mall, and I like shoes, I saw very nice shoes. I want to buy, and I called them, how many I have to use? I have lots of shoes. I need first these shoes finished, then I can buy this. Then I decision and not buy. Otherwise, this is very nice and a little bit cheap, and I want to buy this. Right. Tango, the Tongana Jalatoin, first you see the nice clothes or shoes, and you first your mind go back your home. How many I have? How many you mind go back home? How many I have shoes? How many I have clothes? Your imagination go, I had this. I now need the decision. Otherwise, you forgot how many you have your pair of shoes. I like this, really sad, this is really exciting. And you go back home, you are loud shoes. 어디, 그래서 당고들은 때서 설료제 하는 거 가지고 또 그것도 됐다라요.
First relax a bit. And then think, how many have I got? How many do I need?
된대도 하잖아. 근데 나 대회 내주 가서 세미나를 주냐야 돼. 다 이제 다다워 쌤데 다다워 가는 데야. 다 계시 대화 주 랭기유나 대회 내주 야 같은데 여러 와. 어디서 주 랭스라.
So, without always remembering the past, do your best to remain in the present moment. And if you are thinking on the past, think on the good things. Bring them.
Well, sometimes I'm thinking, and then sometimes mind go past, very not control, just go there, and just in thinking, positive said, don't do stop, don't do twice stop, just go there, and then mind coming back. Mind similar cheating. Our mind exactly similar cheating. You say children, please sing, then they're never singing. And don't sing, they're singing. Please don't eat chocolate, they want chocolate. Just chocolate, leave there. And one time, two, and then you say, chocolate is terrible, we give this one, and then children slowly get back. As the amount exactly same, our mind is exactly same, no much different children and our mind is exactly same. If you say, don't go there, man don't want to go there. Jam. It's a very interesting subject, man. Yeah. 다 드링 디체. 저는 튜어유나, 튜어 카리티나, 토보라던데 유나, 튜어티나 디그레스로.
Okay, so if anyone has questions or doubts, you're welcome to raise them.
I have one question,
Yeah. Yeah.
I have always worked in creative industries, advertising, films, music. It demands a chaotic mind to create good things. How do I deal with that?
So the question is, the person has always worked in the creative industry, like advertising, films, and music. In order to be creative, one needs to have a chaotic mind. How to deal with that? That's the question. Right? Yeah. The tiwadi kurangi kaisa artist rwa, creative industry kadiyana kong che barwa. Pena kyapta che tang lonyen tang she kola kurang leke yue rwa di. Di leke che du sem di kurang la inji minji chaotic mind. Sem tis tor jabachikores. Like a scattered mind, isn't it? Like a not steady or how do you mean by chaotic mind?
Connecting strange things in your head to create something else.
Leo ken sabud in the surgogi insang sem drum in the sumlo jabish tangurwadi.
Really?
The kandis how do you deal with that? The kandis tukare lekadi nangshin kandis che tukare is.
내가 간데스 오래.
Yeah. You mean you find it difficult to bear that you're working with chaos?
It's at the point that I may be working like that all week.
Yeah.
And I meditate am I expected to switch off into one mode and then another, or try and carry the meditation
into the work.
into the creative work?
Yeah.
Risk losing because I'm just too relaxed and
Okay, so it's chaos, but it's also like stress, you feel.
yeah, there is stress. There has to be stress to create.
Yeah. Kurangi leka nang la chaos na di sim drama into tanga toro job shirwa. Gorum meba nang shing. Di gang la kurang stress nang la yori. Di dunta chik nang la leka che. Dina gom che be kapna sim lulu che girwa di. Sim lulu yuna dine. Kon leka kandis che tukare karisana. Leka che be kapla. Advertising di kapla. Stress test go rwa.
Dida dire kaza marwa. 단다 곰자와 곰제도 단다 심 시와차와 아니 단다 저랑 레가디 찹다다 그래서도 에리어 담으러 가는 심 담으러 당구라다
Yeah.
다음에 대상 원래 당보들라다 군론디 야고직 차야 니바들라 아니 지금 미 찹다도 미 싱감단 탱고라 제 싱감라 지 빼샤 지고서 마야 봐 찹다도 통연디 미심라 가오용해야 된대로
Yeah.
미심라 가오용해야 된대 미심라 양지 지 excitement 요거 간식라 양 심라 쉬워용해야 된대로 된대기 펜싱기 군에 라면 터네 고 언디 베나 지난게 네 필름이 챕터스 오고이나 필름디 나게 거에 다가랑 간 심 자제 제대비나 대 곰차고래 봐 챕터스 오고이나 미 빅자스 오브젝트 디 말라베체 딜 체조 카르카 상고도 디간라 아니 심 자제 곰 제곰 제대비나 대 곰차고래 곰노 로초고래 대 곰노 치초고래.
Yeah, in one sense, when you meditate to pacify your mind. But in terms of ideas for your work, that comes from your motivation. And one's motivation should not just be, when doing advertising or creative work, for the money. There should be an aspect of, okay, so how can the people get joy out of what you're doing? And also, okay, so excitement is going to be a part of what you do, but there also should be an element of perhaps people getting peace out of what you do. So that when you, let's say you're advertising a movie, you can do it with an altruistic or a benefiting thought. And if you do that and you concentrate on your craft, quite clearly concentrate on it, that concentration of analysis, that is meditation when you're working. That is meditation.
저랑서 내가 진이 가와이 날에 정말로 내가 담을 지기어라.
Yeah.
내가 대학가는 심샤도 다른 곰체고라.
Now, all of you have different professions and jobs. If you place your mind in the present moment on what you are doing, that is meditation.
디간라 저랑 망부지 내가 제사회질 깔래카기도 주정하외절로.
Yeah.
다디 깔래딱 수부 깔래카그래. 디 수부 깔래카가는 심 깔래카기도.
Yeah.
디 심 깔래마가서야라. 굴론디 펜싱기 굴론 가시저는 오피스나 내가 지금이나 네 내가데 미 펜도 예배치 네 내가데 뿌타고다 약고지 밀어 이제 펜토고 약고지 지기 인스로 굴론디 디 내가데 네 라제치들이 추정아 책으로 예책으로 삼대 마담치 내가데 나랑 배 오피스나리레스다 이게 미직 니숨 보스를 펜토고이나 가데 펜토고 약고지 지도 지기 인스제 지구는 신변지 구는지 요베터네 내가 가르 이내래 될 제샤비나 내가 제는 추정아 추주제 추주주체서는 수보다 걸레 가 그랬다 구조적으로 셈나라 조여다 가서 다 다른 펜도 요 제성서 아니 네게 수보 걸레 가야라 용어요 그래도 지나서 상물로 내가는 기초고.
So although it is the case that when you work, you might have been exhausted from your work. Well, physically, yeah, you're going to get exhausted, however many hours you work. But if you can have an attitude mentally when you're doing your job, whether it be in an office or whatever, that you're going to do the best job you can do, and you motivate that you will do it not just for the wages, not only that, or not just that you're going to work 5 or 8 hours and get so much, but you try and motivate that you'll help others with your work, and you have the opportunity, however many people you can benefit through your work, be it your boss or 1, 2, or 3 people, you do your best to help them. And then if you do that with the notion of helping others, oh yes, at the end of the work, the body will be exhausted, but the mind will have a sense of, oh, I did my best to help others with my work, and there will be joy. Oh yeah, sorry. So whatever work one does, it is mental, no? You can place the mind in it. That is meditation. And yeah, and we're talking about practicing Dharma. That is Dharma. Yeah, we'll stop now.
쇼보리 오콜릭 지금에서 아니 세세 다 되지 내가 야고든데 냠렌이가 직진이 제외나 네 가오고나 다 되네 배하고 셔샤다 산인가 딜레마가 치기 두스제나 쇼베네 그 건다 니마지기 공부를 받대 두스당에 베이직로 시도고라 근데 내 갈래 봐 제르 땅 줘고라고.
So then tonight before we sleep, we do a short meditation and we review the day. If any mistakes were made, you kind of go over them, regret them, and resolve not to do them the next day. Conversely, if the day's gone well, you have helped others, you have meditated, you can rejoice in that and try and make a kind of resolve to do more the next day. And then you have like a basic morning till night meditation system. Of course, you can go faster.
다디네 네 ngōmen 싫어. 한주 단다 신변이 셈지. 아니 한주 지파추 파시 전환주니. 내 셰버디 전환주를 편도요를. 전환주 냠바데 나를 편도요를. 아니 야디 단다 디게주기 나란주를 편도요를. 나란 상황로 파 편도, 주 편도, 편도 자냐자 인사. 디게와 요래 수남이 요래디.
Now we will dedicate this session that we have talked about altruism, trying to benefit others, and we've talked. I've spoken some Dharma things. You have listened, so I may have benefited you, and because you are there, you may have benefited me. And because the interpreter's there, he had to interpret. So all of that going out and in is beneficially good, so that has virtues. We dedicate those virtues.
Adi gewadi zambuling shidi yoya tanda zambuling nalada jungwegi nözi shiwayongdo meda, chuda, longda, loda da ane mi sebe da magdu tila dene mugi nerim naza bata nyoda damada mi sebe nyoda shiwjido da den jungwe nözi zo mi sebe re da taduna mi sebe re wa mi tukbora mi zambuling tukdu tani mi re do wa
We dedicate our virtues we've accrued to world peace because there are disruptions of the elements in the world, fire, water, earth and air. And not only that, there are these contagious diseases. Then above that, there are human-made problems. Even if we look at the elemental disturbances of the world, they're human-made really, because we've stirred it up. No.
Now we have lots of flooding and we blame the weather. I think main reason we cut it lots of forests, we cut it tree, and then flooding. Who's cut it tree? We may be cut it. We were thinking this. Oh, weather terrible. Not really weather. Oh, we made problem. 제가 나도 상황 스웨스게 말에 special 투사나 아니 담도 소다라.
Yeah, I mean, looking for the cause. Well, we have desire to make profit, so then This is the result.
Good bland weather nothing give you complaint. Right? 야, 당디 ngōmen ché tsingma dēng zambuling shi dēng ya dāng zhūngwen nē zē dāt kēchē shē dē mī ane dēba dē chōng rō tōgō dā dēba dē chōng rō mā rō nā na zambuling nē zē chōng rō ya yō mā rā dā kanda mī dēba dē chōng rō na zambuling nē zē chōng rō ya dāng shiwa yō ya dāng al hāwa dē dā dāng rā zō mā rū dō dēba sēn yō rō dēba mī jīng yī jī mī kāshī jī dēba chī rā bā āng sē sēn yō rō nyō rō dō sāng rō 그래서 봐 대화 시제 다 간, 상매 줄이야 인지당 천주 생기지 전부의 시대당 다 간서 칼라말라니라 칼라 두로말라니 두로 메말라니 메 된데라야 상매 줄이야 신변지 선바야고지 겨워쇼 멜람장 예측증이 시대로
I will now recite some verses to that end, to dedicate to world peace. The main thing is that the human beings have less desires. Because if they had less desires, the world would be much more peaceful because there wouldn't be thoughts of harming other. The reason the war comes about is because desires are way too much. If people pacified their minds with loving kindness and great compassion, that would prevent that. And then also dedicating that those without food find food, those without clothes are clothed, and those that need medicine find it. I will say some verses to that end. Please pray likewise.
소남디 단제지 거이 고마도지 진유다드네 가다나다 치베로나 시베 솔레도도 이슈 겨와디 니네다 나무지지 도지자마가 디솔라고 제제진저를 뭐지 마제바나지 유지 겨와냐마마야 고뇌군데 배워라시 천재와는 취지셔와나 제지유랑 고유서와이 겨워진세다이자 담제zo 왜 전주 전부